Thank you. Yeah. So can we start now? Okay. So here last time we talked about the first and second passages of the reading of Unit 12. So we'll just start from the next part. So please take a reading sheet. Thank you. Okay. Play the passage now.
Many other lines from Hamlet are also often quoted by English speakers around the world. Some of the most profound ones are spoken by Polonius, an advisor to the king. When his son Laertes leaves Denmark, Polonius gives him some constructive advice. One bit of advice goes like this: give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. By saying this, Polonius suggests that his son listen to every person's point of view and heed the words of others. Polonius, meanwhile, reminds Laertes to avoid expressing his own ideas too freely, and to open his heart only to a few intimate friends. The key point is that his son should listen and learn, since a person who talks all the time has no chance to hear and consider other people's ideas. According to Polonius, it is good to accept, take, other people's criticism, censure, but it's not prudent to judge others.
Okay, so like here, for the first two passages we talked about, the first passage is about the main idea of the story, and the second passage is about why Hamlet was tormented between life and death, because he wanted to commit suicide, because he was in agony, because he was so sad to hear about his father's death caused by his uncle. But if he didn't take his own life, he would have to face whether he would like to revenge himself on the uncle or on his uncle or not. So that was the difficulty he faced for the most part of the story. Okay, yeah, so here's keywords. So here, but this part is about some key sentences said by the main characters in the reading, because Hamlet not only famous for its theme about life and death, but also about some world knowledge, some wisdom expressed by the people in the story. So this passage and the passage next are about some key quotes, key sentences said by the people in the story, not just by Hamlet, but also by other people about the lessons we should keep in mind in life. Yeah, like here the first sentence. Many other lines from Hamlet are also often, here the words are often quoted by English speakers around the world. When you say quote, the Chinese meaning of the word quote would be 引用. 所以如果你说 I quoted the words from Lincoln, means I 引用那个人说过的话. So when you say you quote somebody, you try to use the words from that person. But if you say that is a famous quote from Lincoln, 这个地方 quote 当然主要你说一句有名的话，所以 you can say there are many famous quotes in the play Hamlet. 在 Hamlet 这个剧本里面有很多很有名的引言，比如说之后那些话就统一被拉出来当做讨论话题的东西。You say you quote a person who used a person's words, or you say many quotes in a play, means many famous sentences in a play. Okay, yeah. Like here, some of the moans. The next word, Jenny, I ask you. Catch the word. Some of the moans is profound ones. You can catch it, okay. Like some of the most profound ones. If you say profound, mean complex and meaningful. Complex and meaningful. In Chinese, you might say 意义深远的. So when you say that is a profound question, you mean that is a question worth thinking about. Okay, yeah. So like here, by Polonius and advisor to the king. So Polonius is one of the key characters in the story. He is one of the advisors. So when you say somebody is another person of advisors, the chance for you to say like one of the people who work for the king, 比如说是他的顾问，或者是他的臣服。So we could like his advisor to the king is one of the main people who give advice to the king. Okay, yeah. So when his son Laertes leaves Denmark, Polonius gives him some advice. That's the word. Yeah, you're right. Constructive advice. So you said some constructive advice here. 另外， 什么？实用的。When you say I need some constructive advice on this issue， 实用的例子 practical。If you say practical, how do you spell the word practical? P-R-A-C-T-I-C-A-L. When you say this is a practical idea， 这个想法很实际。This could be constructive. Yeah, but here when you say constructive， 有建设性的 practical 很实际。Similar words, not exactly the same. Okay, yeah. So one bit of advice goes like this: give every man thy ear, but you thy. That's the word. Voice. So when you say thy ear, but you thy voice, the word thy is the ancient form of the word. Sure. So you guys have a vote now. But here the word die is the ancient form of the word viewer. Okay, viewer. So like here, give every man your ear, but in your voice. So like here the word few means almost no. 所以这句话字面上的翻法会变成是给每个人你的耳朵，可是给很少人你的声音。Yeah, we will talk about the sentence later, but I guess this sentence has many Chinese similar expressions in our culture. Yeah, when we talk about you should listen to people's opinions, but you should avoid talking too much about your own opinions. In our Chinese culture, there are many similar ideas like this. Okay, yeah. But take every man's censure, but reserve thy pattern. That's the word. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy. Yeah, you're right, judgment. But here the word judgment 要注意一下，这个字呢，有当动词是 EGE， 有 E 哦，有这地方有名词，而且有 E 可以拿掉。It's okay, yeah. So this is just something special about spelling. So when you say you need to think about your judgment before you talk about his performance， 在你给你的评论之前呢，你要先把他的表现再想一想。When you use someone's judgment, you mean your criticism, or you might say your opinions about someone or something. Okay, yeah. So like here, take each man's censure. The word censure here means criticism. So like here, the word censure means criticism. So like here, you should receive every man's criticism, but you should keep your judgment to the word reserve. 是成到了，对哦。所以这个地方 reserve your judgment means you should keep your judgment to yourself. So it's like when you listen to people's opinions, you should avoid giving too much criticism about something or about someone. Okay, yeah. So like here, Polonius suggests that his son listens to every person's point of view. Yeah, when you say your point of view, you mean your another word, you mean your viewpoint. So you can say what's your viewpoint 后面呢？你说你对这件事情的观感是什么？接一个介词。那you might think of the word about, but usually another word is more common. 两个字的介词。What's your viewpoint on this？ 这个字 on 的介词呢，就要稍微注意一下，有的时候是针对某件事情的时候 ，What's your viewpoint on this？ 有点像是你在这件事情上面的立场，就是观感是什么？你知道在那另外一个字 P 开头的一个字。sentence 这个字很讲过的，跟 respect 是字根相关的 ，respect 是尊敬的人，所以但是 respect 是一直往后看某个人，代表你注意他，所以这个地方的事情看的字根 respect， so like 这个地方 respect 这个地方 spect 是看，那 per 这地方是 true， 所以你的观点 perspective 前要加 e， 这样定嘛？所以 say what's your perspective on this？ What's your perspective about this？ 这个字呢，就也是一种观点，所以这个字很好记，看 spect 是看对，所以 per 是 true， 所以能够看穿一个东西，就是你观察的事情的想法是你的观点，所以这个重在第二个意思，这边是地域有这个 perspective。Yeah, thank you. So like here, Polonius suggests that his son listens to every person's point of view. viewpoint or perspective。可是这是当复数的时候 ，point of view plus view 是放在 point of views 还是 points of view？如果当复数的话 ，points of view 放在前面的话，这边如果是某一点的看法的话，所以 you might say he has many points of view on this issue。这个关跟这个事情上面有没有自己的看法？所以 say he has many different perspectives on this issue。他在这个事情上面提供了他自己不同的观点。Is that clear? Yeah. So like here, and he the words of others. So using he may ask you the meaning of the word he. What does the word mean? Clearly may ask you. When you say he the words of others, the word he means you should heed your mother's suggestion since she knows a lot about when you heed something you pay attention to something. 察觉到一件事情，所以这个用了 he 直接加受词哦，可以吗？ Yeah. So like Polonius meanwhile here the artist to avoid expressing his own ideas. The next word, you catch it? Jane. Did you catch the word? Polonius meanwhile the artist to avoid. It's okay. Here reminds. Meanwhile reminds the artist to avoid expressing. So when you remind somebody to do something, still able to do something. Let me ask you. 这个地方 remind， 另外一个跟你说再想到的东西，再提醒的事情，你是 R 才对的，不是 recall。可是 recall 跟 remind 一样吗 ？What's the difference between recall and remind？ 当你用 recall 的时候 ，you just recall something or somebody means think of， 想起来，所以直接就接手机没有别的。我们这个 remind 是提醒某人去做某事，对吧 ？remind somebody to do something。就 recall， 但是我自己想到 remind 提醒别人去做东西，这个呀。But if you want me ask you, if you remind somebody, in addition to remind the artist to avoid expressing his own ideas， 这个地方如果是后面接一个介词的话，你 ask you remind 的如果你说他今天早上提醒我要多带一套运动服，所以去 remind somebody something， 这地方接一个介词的话是。来通知某人一件事情 ，She informed me， 一个介词 that news of about to with answer of remind somebody of something， 可以吗？所以你可以说 She reminded me of bringing an extra outfit of sports uniforms this morning because today is going to be very hot. So you remind somebody of something this is what you need. Okay, yeah. So like here, to avoid expressing his own ideas too freely and to open his iris, open his heart. You're right. When you say open your heart only to a few intimate friends, this means you share your inner feelings only to a few people. So when you say you open your heart to somebody, in Chinese you might say, 就是向谁倾诉你的想法。So like here, open one's heart to another person, in Chinese means 跟谁说你心里的话，或是跟谁倾诉心里的想法。可另外一个常用的可以批判的 like one's also one's heart 也是 heart to somebody 这个地方，把他的感觉都全部倒出来。In addition to open your heart to another person， 倒东西 pour P-O-U-R。So you pour your heart to somebody， also 有点像是中文会相对的用法，它会只是什么掏心掏肺。So you might say like I opened my heart to him, but he didn't listen to me. I poured my heart to him, but he didn't listen to me. So when you pour, somebody poured your heart to another person means the person told the person everything of what he or she thought about. It's okay, yeah. 但是地方有点特别的是，这边这个小，通常你会讲的时候，你除了讲 your heart， 你会说，我昨天跟他讲我的烦恼，他也给我一些建议。所以通常你不一定会说我跟他吐露心声，这样的想法好像比较少用。所以这样主要你要讲的是，你跟某一个人讲你心里的想法的话，如果你用 for 这个字，这边还可以接的是 any word you like， for example one's trouble or one's problem。你说这个片语呢，在搭配 for 这个字的时候，它跟 open 比较不一样，是 open one's heart 是一固定的片语。But we use the word for 就不是那个字，它是把它转成是把东西 告给谁，就跟谁讲你心里面的想法。所以说讲 one's heart 可以用 would follow or other words like for example your problem, your worry. So you can use the words you want to hear. So you might say, I poured my worry to my friends and they all listen to me. 你说我跟朋友们讲我的担心，然后他们就给我这个建议。所以这地方其实用 pour 这个字的时候，可以搭配名词，会比 open 多一点。这可以呀。Thank you. So move on. You please read the word for. 这个在里面说是一个孤的音，所以在那时候稍微注意一下。这可以呀。But here we move on. You please read the part. So here many other lines. Quoted by English speakers around the world. Some of the most profound ones are spoken by Polonius, an advisor to the king. When his son, the artist, leaves Denmark, Polonius gives him some constructive advice. One bit of advice goes like this: if every man die here, but few thy voice, then each man censure. This word is repeated again, censure. But reserve thy judgment. By saying this, Polonius suggests that his son listen to every man's point of view and heed the words of others. Polonius, meanwhile, reminds the artist to avoid expressing his own ideas too freely and to open his heart only to a few intimate friends. Yeah, so we can ask you the word meanwhile. What does it mean when you say, she meanwhile told me the word meanwhile means at the same time. At the same time, 同时，所以这一方面我特别是它可以放在句首来讲。For example, meanwhile, Polonius reminds the artist to or you can put it in the middle of the sentence. Polonius meanwhile 这是特别在于 at the same time， 通常放在句首就是有个 meanwhile 放在中间哦。Okay, so here we move on. Just one more part. The key point is that the son should listen and learn. Since the person who talks all the time has no the next word, the word choice. Yeah, you're right. Has no chance to hear and consider articles like this. According to Polonius, it is good to accept other people's the next word. That's the word. Other people's criticism. Yeah, but it's not prudent to judge others. So like here, the word censure just means criticism. It's okay. Yeah. And here, before we move on, I guess it's quite easy, but just a quick review. When you say all the time, just mean always, right? 可是有其他的用法同学或者可以问一下，就是 all the time. There are other two three-word expressions. The one would be this. The other would be here. 都是 all的，这个问一下吧。Like she likes to help others, or she is willing to help others all the time. She's always willing to help others. 可是要有一种是怎么样的话，at all times， 下一首，那这地方如果是在所有的场合都是对的。第三个就比较简单，场合occasion SION， so like on all occasions。Sorry, on all occasions. 对，是因为这地方接 on， 因为 occasion 就是真的就是使用 on。Okay, so like here, I guess other similar expressions like continuously, always, other ones already, or like at all time, all the time, at all times, on all occasions. Sometimes memorizing one or two extra ones would be helpful. So here you can read expressions together at all times, on all occasions. Yeah, 这个是在这个时候是人的意思，所以就是有人 occasion. Yeah, thank you. So here can we move on to just one little quote spoken by Shakespeare, like love, trust, wrong. Because 第一段呢，它讲的是故事的背景，第二段讲的是它的挣扎，第三段讲的是在故事里面一些不同的角色提供的人性的探讨。So if we take a little break right here, love, trust, wrong to 范围，如果是由大到小，由小到大，应该哪个？应该是由大到小，对不对？所以第一个应该是 love, all, trust 一些 trust some or trust 两个字的一些few love all trust of you who want to 爱所有的人，相信一些人，但是不要对别人做不好的事情。Who want to no one, who want to none. It's okay. Yeah, so like this is also one of the quotes people use very often from one of Shakespeare's play. Yeah, so like here we can read the words together, love all. Trust of you, who wrong to none. We also talked about two ones this Monday. 还记得吗？有讲过两句在一开始的时候。A fool does think himself to be wise. A wise man knows himself to be a fool. Remember? Yeah. And what about the second sentence we talked about? Love, salt is good. Love, salt is good. Given on salt is better. Anyway, just try to memorize one or two of them. So like we move on to a translation exercise, the first one. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Pay each man censure, but reserve thy judgment. Here, one here question. In Chinese, can you think of similar expressions? 中文有类似的用法吗 ？30 seconds. 30 seconds. In our Chinese culture, this is a long sentence, right? But in our Chinese culture, do we have some idioms you know that are about this kind of idea? 成语应该有吧 ？Forward expressions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stella. Any idea? Forward expression. 4个字的应该有两成语应该有2句可以稍微讲一下，可是它只能对到一部分啦，不能讲全部。应该很多吧？ Any idea? Really? I don't know. Julie, any idea? Really? Eva, any idea? Sammy, Chinese teacher's helper. Any idea about 4 expressions? 4个字成语很多哦。应该有吧？啊？对，我说4个字讲出的很多吧？没有吗？ 然后它第二个比较有点远了，第一个应该是类似吧？很难，不搭吗？结束还是成语？不是吧？还有，他讲那么长，怎么可能对得到 ？Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, I got it. 可是我要问的是第2句啦。如果讲承诺事情的话，这句话不是中文自己，这句话不是中文自己有的，这句话是从英文翻过来的。所以如果讲承诺事情的话，其实是一个3个字的idiom from English. Like any idea? 就是承诺事情。不是 silence 哦 ，silence 是什么意思 ？Silence is gold. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. But I guess it's easy to understand like why we say silence is golden. Because sometimes maybe like if you like try not to talk too much, maybe you can think about some difficult questions more deeply. So like when you say silence is golden, just means that it's worth thinking about something over before you speak. Like that. Okay. But what about the second translation question? And this is the tip. Without going back to the reading, you think of the translation. 在这一课呢，上次讲过，因为这一课的意思不难，可是有些句子句型稍微注意一下，而且对写作也蛮有用的。所以 the underlined parts would be the part that has to be translated. So you think of the key parts. 然后红色的部分是原本好像我写的是另外一个意思，但这个地方应该是要用留意比较好，因为这个地方搭配的应该是这个。Okay, so this would be the suggestion. Anomius suggests that his son listen to, or suggests, recommends, requires, communicates. 这边我刚刚没有讲，可是这边应该写出来注意一下哦。Yeah. And like here and he the words of others. 这个用法是呢，这边的 he 是直接受词，这边的 words means ideas of others. 这地方的 words 是跟其他人的意见或是说法，所以这地方如果你说 I like his words means I like his ideas. 所以这地方的 words 就是自己想法的想法。Okay. Yeah. 就如果我们注意的是呢，是很容易。Suggest that listen to every man's point of view and hear the words of others. Yeah, so may I ask you the word point of view? Just talk about the word. 所以一个一样的人才会有影响吗 ？Perspective. Yeah. And what about the third question? This. And this is the hint. 这边后面的副词，因为已经虽然它放在后面，可是中文因为放在前面。就像你说他很高兴的怎么样，他很心痛的怎么样，在英文里面的副词通常会放在前面跟后面，可是在中文的副词放在中间，所以你在发现前面讲的时候，要先把这个东西先把它整理掉，确认一下你要翻的动词跟它的用法。OK， 然后后面 and only to 这里，刚才的这边4个字。So this would be a nice suggestion. 这个地方同时刚刚讲过 meanwhile 放在这里有 So like here he meanwhile to avoid expressing his own ideas, to freely and open his heart to intimate friends. 这个地方 expressing his own ideas 那种说讲法，也可以说 talking about his viewpoints or sharing his words. 可是地方 express 跟别人有地方传达一件事情，表达一件事情 would be an easier way to talk about the meaning. Yeah. So here you move on to read the quote again, Polonius meanwhile. Reminds the artist to avoid expressing his own ideas too freely and to open his heart to only a few intimate friends. Yeah, it's okay. So like here, can we move on to the next part? So like here the first part is about listening to others and avoid giving too many of your words or ideas. This would be the main idea of this part. And here the next part is about another aspect, but also about words said by the key characters.
Like his father Polonius, Laertes too gives sound advice to his sister Ophelia, who has lost her heart to Hamlet. Laertes warns her of Hamlet, since he might not be able to marry her, even if he truly loves her. Laertes says, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. That is, Hamlet comes from royal blood, so he cannot marry only because of love. His future is controlled by, subject to, his status, his birth, the position he was born into. For example, he might have the duty to marry a foreign princess, so that his country can have better diplomatic relations.
Okay. So this part is not that long. Some of the words were said a little bit fast, but that's okay. We check the words all together. So here, like his father Polonius, the artist who gives. 这个字他讲中文可能比较对不来注意，这个地方有 gives sound advice to his sister. 这地方的 sound 在这边是当形容词。但是你可能有印象没有？另外一个，他们在灾难过后平安归来 ，safe and sound， 一个有影响是那个 safe and sound。So like if you say safe and sound, this means safe and healthy， 安全而且健康的。所以 sound 这个地方呢，其实是很好的、很健康的。那这个地方比如 say sound advice, just mean 两个字 here， 可靠的，可以对上 reliable. So like how do you spell the word reliable? R-E-L-I-A-B-L-E. Reliable in 这个字可以学一下，两个字的片。如果你说有凭有据的，或是可以被信赖的 ，well 是开头的字。So when I say her idea is 这个代表说 she didn't just give you her idea based on nothing but based on her experience. 所以有凭有据的支持 grounded. 把东西钉在地上，代表说这个东西是很稳固的。So when you say her advice is well grounded, you mean 他的建议是有具有创新性，很可靠，所以这地方的 sound 会很可靠，而且可以被相信。Okay, yeah. So later is to give sound advice to Sister Ophelia, who has this word. That's the word. Lost. Lost her heart to Hamlet. So when you say has lost her heart to, just means has fallen in love with, or has a crush on. So like lose somebody's heart to another person. 但这个用法现在比较少用的，这就有点像是，他就对他就是坠入爱河，就是讲法。现在小朋友就喜欢上他。So I have a crush on somebody. Would be the expression we use right now. When you say somebody lost her heart or his heart to another person, this would be the way we use in stories. Yeah, not in conversations. 所以这个片语现在用的时候比较少，在对话里面用。Okay, yeah, but just how to know the meaning. So when you say lost one's heart to another person means falling in love or have a crush on. Okay, yeah. So the earth is this word. 警告他不要靠近他。Stop you, warns off. Like when you say you warn somebody of something, you just tell the person not to, or just tell the person to stay away from. So you might say, my mom warns me of sweets because I eat too much of it. So because like sometimes when you stay out late, you might want to eat some sweets. Right? When you stay out late, you like eating sweets. You don't. Oh yeah, you don't shoot the show, right? I know, but like when you stay up late, like I guess it's our human nature to eat sweets. But here since he might not be able to marry her, even if the true love, even his own truly loves her, here he says his will is not his own. Here you say someone's will just mean his mind, 他的意志力，他的心智。So when you say his will means his mind, 他没办法自己决定 or he himself is subject to his birth. So when you say be subject to, this means be 这个地方 when you say my suggestion is subject to our consensus. So when you say be subject to means on. 也就我的决定呢，取决于大家的共识。So when you say something is subject to another thing, 取决于什么东西？太多了，应该可以吧？依赖于什么东西 ？And 后面要接依赖于谁 ？Depend。可这边是动词点，所以是 depend。等同 eng， 所以是 be dependent on means be subject to， 所以这个地方的 subject be subject to 这边是形容词哦，所以不是科目是形容词。所以 say my decision is subject to everybody's or our consensus。我的决定呢取决于大家的共识，这样可以吗 ？Yeah. So like here that is Hamlet comes from royal blood, so he cannot marry only because of love. His is controlled by his status. This word. His future is controlled by his status. 这个是可能有点快，我听到了。The position he was born into. So like here, the position just means the the family. 所以这个地方其实它的配语是the poor child was born into a miserable family. 那个可怜的孩子，但是在一个处境很惨的家庭。So this is born into 这个地方的 into， here， 所以 say be born into 这个地方就只是人诞生在哪里。那为什么是 into 呢？因为 the person a baby when he or she was born, it was like he or she was put like into the family， 因为没办法被统治，所以这个 into 会带着诞生在哪里。So imagine the poor child was born into, or she was born into a happy family. 但生在一个很快乐的家庭，所以是 born into 这个 into 是固定的介词哦。Okay, yeah. So for example, he might have the duty to marry a foreign prince, so that his country may have very diplomatic 外交上面的关系 relation. 那这个地方 relationships 可以吗？也可以哦，这个地方 relationships 跟 relation， 如果我有讲过差别吗？基本上 relationship 跟 relation 这两个字是同义词， 可是 relationship 多一点点意思 ，the bond between person and person。如果你讲是人跟人的情谊的话 ，relationship would be better。但是如果你讲国家、公司 relationship 跟 relations 两个字都可以，可是 relationship 在用的时候就跟 friendship 一样，多了一点人上面的情感，这样可以吗？所以这两个字同义词，但是 relationship 多一个意思，多一点意思。OK， yeah。Well, this is it. Before we move on, just leave you the key markers again, like this father. The earth is to give sound advice to his sister Ophelia, who has lost her mind to Hamlet. The artist warns her of Hamlet, since he might not be able to marry her. Even if he truly loves her, the artist says his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. That is, Hamlet comes from royal blood, so he cannot marry only because of love. His future is controlled by, subject to his status, his birth, the position he was born into. For example, he might have the duty to marry a foreign prince so that his country can have better diplomatic relations. Yeah. So like here when we talk about this kind of thing, so like here, you speak of like when you talk about this key idea, like somebody cannot control his or her own destiny. Like if you think of another movie, like Romeo and Juliet, maybe, yeah. But anyway, yeah, here, what about the translation? First question. Yes. But like his father Polonius, the earth is two, his sister Ophelia, this. 看得出来吗？这边他在用的时候呢也是一样，因为这边在翻译的时候呢，东西会放在后面。那但是一般来说，给建议对谁会放在前面，所以这样什么什么的怎样会放在后面。所以这地方爱上 Hamlet 的妹妹，这边要放在后位修饰，这句话看得出来哦。So this would be， 所以前面如果先翻，给了明智的建议给谁，然后这个在这里的话应该是这样走。So like his father Polonius, the earth is to give sound advice to。三品啊，刚讲过的明智的建议。Ophelia, who has lost the heart of Hamlet， 你也可以说 who has fallen in love with， 或是 who has had a crush on。所以这个地方就是稍微对一下的话，你会发现说，就是有时候有些句真的在处理的时候，要稍微处理一下它的语序，等于说什么什么的什么什么，这是放在后位修饰，看得出来吗？这可以。And then what about the second question? The artist says his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. I mean, like in our Chinese culture, you think of some other expressions, or expressions that can sort of explain the meaning of the sentence. 我看大家在说的不是怎么说这一段的看法，对吧 ？I don't know. I would say it would be more the first part. 生不有什么可以吧？生不有什么可以吧？没有江湖，没有江湖。人在同是生不有情，没有生不有情的意思吧？Like his will is not his own, because fate is subject to his birth, like that. But I would say like the movie Romeo and Juliet, like movie the one that you can sort of relate to, because in the movie Romeo and Juliet they could not marry each other because they were born into two opposing families. 他们两个是因为诞生在对立的家庭没办法结婚 like that. Okay. And what about the third question right here? This. And this will be a hint. 这句话很长，可是重点就是在这里，如此一来，剩下的应该没有什么问题，可以试着写看看吗？有更好的外交关系，也是课文用的字比较简单，所以如果是用比较好的动词的话，有不同的动词可以用，可以试看看。And this would be the suggestion. You might have the duty to marry a foreign prince so that or in order that this country can, 比如说建立关系的话，有国际，比如说 develop, establish, reform, can establish, form, develop better diplomatic relations. 这样最后就这样更好的一个关系，比如说建立关系、形成关系，都是一个是有关系，好吧？也 have relations, develop relations, form relations. Yeah. So I think we move on to the sentence together to mind of the duty to marry a foreign princess so that this country can have better diplomatic relations. Yeah, this is it. So like here, we just need to cover just one more part. It's okay. This will be the conclusion. You ready?
Of course, some of the most noted lines are spoken by Hamlet himself. Talking to two of his friends, Hamlet says, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Hamlet thinks that quality depends on our minds, not on the things themselves. If that's true, then Hamlet must be a magnificent work of literature. For most people who have read it or seen it performed have thought it is worth remembering.
So of course, some of the most, 这个是很快 noted lines, noted. 这个是 note， 当动词的时候其实很注意到 ，please note this. But she gave me a note， 给我一张纸条。But we said most noted lines just mean most famous ones, most well-known lines. So we said noted, it means well-known or famous. It's okay, yeah. So like talking to your friends and says, there's nothing you good or bad, but 想法造成了这样的决定。Thinking makes it so. So Hamlet thinks that this word, yeah, quality depends on our minds, but not on the things themselves. If that's true, then Hamlet must be a magnificent work of literature. For most people who have read it or seen it perform, have thought it is worth remembering. Yeah, okay, this is it. There's a short video I can show you, but maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. Yeah, so we have to, before we take a break, we usually read this short part, but yeah, of course. Are spoken by Hamlet himself. Talking to two of his friends, Hamlet says, "There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Hamlet thinks that quality depends on our minds, not on the things themselves. If that's true, then Hamlet must be a magnificent work of literature. For most people who have read it or seen it before, have thought it is worth remembering. Yeah. All right. Tomorrow we will just I will show you some video about the significance of Shakespeare and his plays. But maybe we'll see it tomorrow. It's okay. Yeah. And in the second hour, any questions? No. If not, let's take a break. And in the second hour.